Are you perplexed at finding the mass percents of all the elements here inside of iron 2 perchlorate? Well, guess what, my friend? I'm going to turn that frown upside down. First, let's find the mass, then we'll find those percents. Watch how quick it is. Bam. So the first thing I'm going to do is write down the elements I see. So I see iron, Fe, I see chlorine, Cl, and I see oxygen, O. Then I'm going to write down the number of atoms of each. That's where the subscripts come into play. So if there isn't a subscript at the bottom of the element, like for iron, we assume it's a 1. For chlorine here, it's a little different. There is a 1 there, but that's part of the perchlorate anion. Since we have 2 perchlorate anions, there's actually 2 chlorine. All you have to simply do is take that subscript, of chlorine multiplied by the outer subscript to find the total. Same thing for oxygen. Total here, well, not the total, but the amount of oxygen inside the parentheses is 4. You're going to multiply it by the subscript on the outside, so you're going to get a total of 8 oxygens. Then what you're going to do is you're going to multiply those number of atoms by the mass of the element. Where do we find that? Periodic table? You got it. So iron, well, 55.85. Oxygen is 16. Chlorine is about 35.45. So let's write them in. So this is going to be 55.85 for iron. Chlorine is 35.45. And then oxygen is going to be 16. Then we're going to find the total mass of each element in the compound. We're just going to simply multiply the row on across. So the total mass of iron here, since there's only one atom, is 55.85. For chlorine, this is going to be 70.9. And then for oxygen, it's going to be 128. And then we're simply going to add these together. Let me make that line a little longer. We're going to add these values together, the column, to find now the total mass of the entire compound. So this works out to be 254.75. And so there it is, right? There it is, the total mass of the compound. That's the first step in finding the percent comps of every single element here. Next, I'm going to add a column to the table, and the rest is easy peasy. Bam. So to find the mass percent, or the percent composition of, let's say, iron, all we're simply going to do is we're going to take the total mass of that particular element, the 55.85, and we're going to divide it then by the total mass of the entire compound, so the 254.75, and then multiply by 100. This is a simple percent calculation, part over whole times 100. And when we throw that on into the calculator if you need, it's going to be 21.92, right? 21.92%. The next thing we're going to do is calculate the value for chlorine, all right? So the total mass of chlorine there is 70.9, divided by the total mass of the entire compound, 254.75, multiply that by 100, and what do we get? We get a value of about 27.83 now, 83%. And last but not least, the majority of the compound is oxygen here, so it's going to be 128, forget about the zeros, and then we're going to divide that by the total mass, 254.75, multiply that by 100, and here we're going to get a percentage of roughly about 50.24, all right? And then what should happen is when you add these percents up, hopefully it adds up to be 100%. And if it does, that's the grade you got on the question. Thanks so very much for tuning in. Now you know how to find the percent compositions of all those elements inside of iron 2 perchlorate. And if this video helped you out at all, give us a hand, like, subscribe, tell your friends. We'll see you soon.